Hey Derby World, well we are out here at Meltdown in Morris, New York. We've been here for a number of years in a row now, but today they're going to be doing the heats for the compact cars as well as the minivans, and then I think they've got a couple other filler classes. It looks like maybe economy V8 and a few other ones, but this is a two-day event, so we'll be capturing both days for sure. But we'll just walk through the lineup and the pits like we normally do, showing what all is going on here. Anybody who's past tech at this point. Excuse me. So this is the main lineups of where the cars who have already passed tech are lined up. I think they're in line of order of which heat they're in. I believe they're doing, I think it's like 4 heats of compacts and 2 or 3 of the vans, but I don't know exactly. So you'll know it when I post it, because then I'll know for sure. If any of these are your cars, then make sure to shout them out, or your buddy's car. It's always cool to know who's watching the videos. That's pretty cool, Mr. Klein. I think that's some of Jason Sauer's work, if I looks like. Yep, Most Wanted Fine Arts. There it is. Pretty cool. See what happens. There's at least the first lineup. This is Econ Compact Heat 2, what it says. And they really pack everybody in here, so unfortunately that's as far out as my camera will zoom. So that's what you guys get. Got a stick, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's definitely a good sign. How you doing today, Alex?
Doing good, good to see you, man. You gonna tear it up?
Yeah, we're gonna do what we can do.
Awesome.
Hopefully make it to the feature.
Alright, this says Econ Compacts Heat 3. I know there's got to be more cars than these for these heats because they're all completely filled and full. But we'll catch them in the lineup, I'm sure. Alright, now here's the first row of the minivans. And these are basically like their economy compact style rules. So like I said, I didn't explain what that is. You can do tires, bumpers, basic cage. You really can't do a ton to the body, but you know, they're still pretty decently built cars. So I guess you'd probably call it Ohio stock. But you definitely can do a fair bit of modifications to the cars. I mean, but nothing too crazy. It's still definitely not considered outlaw. It'd be like a semi-stock, or maybe even a pro stock compact, depending on where you run. Different names for everything.
Yeah, not a front too. So you got 2 of them left. No, I didn't get it.
A couple vans I think are supposed to be in that lineup, but they just didn't have any room to park. This is heat number 2 of the vans, at least that's what's labeled on the beginning of the lineup. They always seem to get a little mixed up when they get a little further back, just because there's so many cars here. I don't know exactly what the count is, but I think this show draws around 250 or so cars over the course of 2 days. So it's definitely not a small show by any means. And they get busy, make some junk real quick, they clear the track quick. It's definitely a great show if you've never been out here. It is worth the drive for both Meltdown and the Samson Depot show. Alright, this is the windshield V8. So these are going to be very stock V8 full-size cars. I believe it looks like it's old iron and new iron. And this is about as straightforward as it gets. You know, again, looks like you can run a stock OEM bumper. You have to run, looks like DOT tires, so I'm not seeing any skid steer tires involved in this. And basic 4-point cage allowed, and moving the battery and gas tank inside, but not seeing everybody running a cage in here, so that's interesting. At least the back bar behind the seat.
And if I find out they don't want to run it.
I kind of like him leaving the chrome on that. That's kind of fun. Now we got the economy V8. So these are the V8s that definitely have a little more done to them. I would say back home this would be more like a semi-stock. So you can definitely do a little bit of modifications. I believe they're allowed some plating on the suspension to make it solid. I'm not sure if they allow actually any fix-it plates on this class, but kind of an interesting mix of new and old iron. I'm always impressed at the old iron that seems to find its way out here in New York. I just don't know where you guys are finding it still, but I always like filming it. Man, that's a heck of a bumper. Now this belongs to Brian Tompkins from Crash Course Derby podcast. You guys know Brian, so he had this car out at Meltdown last year, had some transmission issues, and the back end went down a little bit, but he's got those all fixed up, and he said he's ready to tear it up, so good luck, Brian. Alright, and here we have some additional compact heats. I think this is heat 4 and 5. Again, I think they're kind of all lined up all over the place, because there's no way these are the only cars that are through at this point, but there's still cars in the inspection line, but they got to be through here in just a few more minutes. And they are running 2 days, so there are some other cars running around here that might run tomorrow yet. Alright, this is heat number 5 is what it's labeled as. Heat number 5. Hello. Last minute modifications going on over there. Excuse me. Alright, so this is the motor swap V8, which is somewhere right in the middle between the windshield that we've already shown and the economy V8. So it looks like you're just allowed bumpers, tires, and this time you are allowed the full 4-point cage. So I was mistaken on the windshield. You're only allowed a back bar for that one. This one you're allowed a 4-point cage. This would be my class of choice. The cars are still going to bend, but pretty straight. It's pretty straightforward to build. It's as much about being able to drive the thing as it is, you know, just the little things you do, but you don't have to weld your way to the victory lane. Go to this side just to show a little more of the cars here. Kind of dig the lightning strike here. It's kind of cool. I think this is it for the final ones that are fully sticked, but there's still more in the inspection area, so don't leave the video just yet. We got more to come. Alright, and there's still a couple cars up here in the inspection area. Looks like they're getting sticks or have sticks already. Or old iron, man. Okay. So there's a bunch of other cars sprinkled out throughout the pits, but I could either take an hour filming all of those, which I don't have, unfortunately, time to do, but you'll catch them all on the track. So as always, we'll post each individual heat as we film it and label accordingly. It's always a hard-hitting show. If you've never been out here, you definitely need to make the trip out at least once to experience it. And this is, again, Meltdown, Morris, New York. It's, what is today? Today is June 15th and 16th, so it's a 2-day event. And we'll post everything up. So until the next video, we'll talk to you later, guys.